Hi, kids. Welcome to Miss Perna and Mr. DeGroot's Art Studio. Arr!
Hey guys, so today we are going to make our own versions of a treasure map. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create an island in the middle of my page. And you can have your island be any shape that you want. Just leave yourself a little bit of rooms on the tops and the sides so that we can add a border. All right. And then you can go ahead and add a border around your picture. You're going to do 2 lines, and they don't have to be straight lines. So I'm going to start by doing 1 all the way around. And then I'm going to do 1 more. So it almost frames in our island. Then we are going to add our compass rose. So you're going to take a minute to do like a design or something in the center. It could just be a circle if you want. I'm going to do a spiral. And then we're going to add 4 arrows, 1 going up, down, left, and right. And then I'm going to label them. So top is north, bottom is south, left is west, right is east. Okay. And then we're going to add some of our designs to our island. So now we're going to start to add more of our details. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a dock somewhere on my island. So I'm just going to do like a little rectangle shape, and then I'm going to add little tiny lines inside. Make it look like a dock, but of course you can change it and make it look any way that you want it to look. And then I'm going to add a boat somewhere in my water. Okay. And again, you can make your boat look any way that you want. You can add little like lines inside of it to make it look like a wood grain and give it little ripples like it's in the water. Okay. And then I'm going to add my dotted line to my X. So I'm going to put my X over here, and I'm going to do a little dotted line to my treasure, and you can have it loop around your island a little bit. Don't have it go like straight to the X. Okay. And then after that, we're going to add a little bit of details before we start adding the inside pieces, the dangers and the pitfalls for the inside of our island. Around the outside, I'm just going to take, and you can do this with a pencil or a pen, and I'm going to outline around the island a little bit to make it stand out. I'm just going to add a little bit more detail around that. Okay, and you can leave little white spots in there too, because what I'm going to do is after I do this with marker, and you guys can do this with just pencil if you want to do it with just pencil. After I come in here with just marker, I'm going to go back in with pencil, and then I'm going to add some shading to it as well. So now I'm ready to do my pitfalls and dangers. You can draw whatever you want for your dangers. So think about ways to stop people from getting to your treasures. So I'm going to make, and you don't have to do the same things that I'm doing. I'm going to do some mountains down here. So you have to cross the mountains in order to get there. I'm going to do some like tall grass over here. So maybe it's really hard to get through that tall grass. I'm going to do some like poisonous trees. And maybe some flowers. Yeah, you guys know how to draw tigers when we did our tigers, so you guys can do add some tigers. Dragons, sea serpents. So let's say I'm gonna add another little like pond over here, and I'll do like a little sea serpent coming out of the pond. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 dangers right now, but of course, if you have more room, you can do some more room. I'm also gonna add some little details around the outside of my map. So for that border, I'm just gonna add some straight lines, and then I think I'm gonna go back in and add some dots. But what I'm doing is the more details you add, the more interesting your map will look. So think of different ways that you can add different items to your map to try to protect your treasure. Okay, and then maybe I'll add a couple dots. Let's see how that creates a frame for our treasure. Okay, now here's where we can shade. Now that I'm done doing my drawings, I can start to shade and color it in. So you're gonna need a pencil for this. Okay, I'm also gonna add like a little shark in my water. Just gotta have a shark. Okay, so when you take your pencil, first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of color around that spot that I added. I'm not coloring the whole thing, I'm just coloring a little bit with my pencil. Okay, and I'm not pressing super hard, I'm just getting that color on there. Okay. Then you can take your finger and go over it, and it'll smudge those details and give it an older look. Okay, and then you could do the same thing for your dangers and your pitfalls. Then when you're done, if you want to leave it just black and white, you could leave it just black and white. I always like to add maybe one color to it. So then like I color the ocean a color, and it doesn't have to be blue, it could be whatever color you want, just to give you a different look to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and shade the rest of mine. Remember, smudge it with your finger, so color a little bit. And then the different ways that you get different colors with the gray is if you press harder with your pencil, you're gonna get a darker gray. If you press lighter, you're gonna get a lighter gray. So try to do both ways. And then you could always go back and add a little bit more lines over top of something if it smudges. Okay, but you have to go over it very carefully. You don't want to just take your hand and go like this, because it's going to end up messing up your whole picture. Make sure that you're going over each item. So I'm going to go ahead and shade mine and then color it, and you guys can create your own maps.